Well, folks, what's happening? Welcome to Mentality Monsters, and today we are joined by comedian Andrew Wren. Andrew, cheers for coming up.
Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate it. We had a good wee yarn there just before the podcast, and you said there you brought up the French royalty, and your clan hails from Argentina.
So basically, my mum's brother, my uncle Kevin, loves doing family trees. It's his hobby. Like, he's in his 70s. Like, his hobby's family trees,
That's something
right?
which I want to do.
Yeah.
I need to get that information.
So I went over to his house one day and he had a massive sheet out, and eventually I have found out that our family, we descend from the French royal family. So a little bit more respect, please. I am royalty. I don't know, am I like a millionth in line to the throne or something? But I'm in some sort of a list. I'm in some sort of a list. I'm in contention. Yeah, so French royalty. And then on my dad's side, we're Midlands of Ireland. But then there was a talk about my great-grandfather's brothers emigrated to Argentina. So I think there's some Ryans knocking around Buenos Aires or something.
Was this shortly after World War II?
That's before.
Before?
Yeah, I think they knew what was happening, so they got out early.
100%.
So, I know, something like that. Like.
See, the French part, right? Obviously, I think Louis, the one that got his head cut off, is the only one which I really
Uncle
know.
Louis, yeah.
Uncle Louis. Like, how far back was this year?
Oh,
do you know?
We're talking like 11, 12, 13th century. Like,
fuck yeah.
Now listen, how genuine the link is, it remains in question. But hey,
you never know.
The link is the link.
You could have been on Napoleon's hit list.
Yeah, I could have been on that. I could be French now. Do you know? And like, but I've been to France quite a few times, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. You know what I mean?
See, I've been to France a few times myself, and it's a bit, obviously, the French came over to help with tone and stuff like that there. And throughout the centuries, the French have always been kind of just throwing their wee bit in. Yeah. Then Henri just...
Thierry Henry, 2009 handball, 2010 World Cup. Yeah, they ruined their... the treaty was broken there.
100%. Then, I've cried at football 4 times. Cried FA Cup final 2006 at half time when West Ham were beating Liverpool 2-0.
Right.
Cried then.
You won in the end, though, didn't you?
Yeah, we won. But 10-year-old me didn't know what was going on. Covered in Petit Valou, just didn't know what was going on.
Stevie G and all
Stevie G, when he left Liverpool, his last game at home was against Palace.
Yeah.
Cried my eyes out at that.
How old were you?
Then, fuck it, man. I think I was...
When Stevie G left, how old were you?
20.
Bit old to be crying, man.
I embrace my emotions.
A bit old to be crying, man. You know what I mean?
And then Henri, 2009. I remember had all the lights on the house, just sitting there
raging.
But it was that much of a, I think I was 13 at that time.
Yeah.
Did you ever see when you're that raging, you're squealing in the pillow? You're like, ah!
Yeah.
I was that there.
The only times I've cried at football, 1999 Solskjaer Champions League final.
Understandable.
Against Bayern Munich. 1994 Ray Houghton. Can
you remember?
Against Italy. Yeah, I was 12. Born in 82. I remember Italia 90. I remember Italia 90. What year were you born?
96.
Mate, I'm going to tell you something, man. I was 8 in Italia 90, right? And I'll never forget being in Mullingar after just coming back from the dentist and David O'Leary standing up and George Hamilton going, "A nation holds its breath." There's things like certain things in life that happen for your culture or for your identity that will stay with you. For example, when like you have it with Liverpool in sports, whatever sports, the GA, whatever it is, when Cliftonville won the FA, the Cup, the Irish Cup, and there's certain things, little moments in your sporting life, what you like. So Republic of Ireland, I'll never forget Robbie Brady against Italy in 2000. I went to Euro 2016. I went to the Ireland-Sweden game. I went to the first game in Paris. And
West Hoolahan?
West Hoolahan, 1-1, finished 1-1.
Yeah.
And then we lost 3-0 to Belgium in the second game. And then we beat Italy. And everyone slags us off and say, oh yeah, but Italy made 8 changes. We made 4. We made 4 changes that game. And it was Italy. Right? So anyway, long story short, there was stuff like that will always, I think, being Irish. I'll never forget when Cork won the double in the hurling and the football in 1994, I think it was. Was it 94? I got my year wrong there, but we won the hurling and the football the same year. And they came to Cork on the buses, the open top buses. I remember going in, queuing up.
Lethal.
It was like just things like that, small things like that, they'll always stay with you. Do you know what I mean?
See, in recent history, say last 10 years, because last 10 years haven't been the best for United.
Yeah.
What's been your best memory of United in the last 10 years?
My best memory of Man United in the last 10 years. Jesus, there isn't a lot to choose from there. But my best memory, I think, I really loved when Solskjaer was in charge. And the reason being, and I think it's a bit of a trick, and I think Liverpool did the trick as well. Remember when they brought in Kenny Dalglish?
Yeah.
I think it's an emotional attack. They know they're not going to turn on him.
100%.
And I think Solskjaer, you know, he got the team. You know, when we won against Paris in the
that was a great match.
And we had that penalty, and Rashford scored that penalty, and it was like, whoa, something could be happening here. He came in for 10 games, and then he'd lost 1 in 21 games or something like that. Then he got given the contract, and when he got given the contract, you know, Ronaldo come back. I think Ronaldo wasn't happy with the facilities and blah blah blah, and I think some of the players weren't running.
It's hard to blame him as well because he's used the excellence.
But he actually, you know, he finished second, and he did things, and like, you know, we finished obviously where we finished last year with Ruben Armour. I think Ruben Armour's come in and went, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
And even when Liverpool weren't winning Premier Leagues, like when United were dominant, like Liverpool were always 7th or 8th or 9th. It was never fucking 15th.
Yeah.
So even Liverpool's dead years, we're still 8th and 9th.
See the Roy Hodgson
do you know what I mean?
Through the like Rodgers. It was a dark time. Then when like Rodgers came in, it was not as good.
But it got better.
Then again, it was Suarez. Suarez was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes you need one player that wakes everyone up a bit.
That Suarez and Sturridge, I think 2013 season.
Yeah.
Fuck me, unbelievable.
But you know, sport is so divisive as well. Like, so it's I tend not to overly. My nephew was over at United a couple of weeks ago playing, and he was in Melwood as well playing. He's captain of Cork City under 15s and under 14s, and he's been over to Everton, Man City, Liverpool, Preston. He thought Melwood was a great place. Played against Liverpool under 15s, 14s, 15s. Then he was at Carrington last week. Then they went to Everton, beat Everton. Yeah. So he's on his way, hopefully, to a good football.
But see now, I see because Brexit,
they can't go till they're 18. But he's already had interest.
But they just had to pay a fee.
Yeah, they do. But a lot of the young Irish kids now are going to European clubs,
Bundesliga and Serie A,
and then they're going over at 16, and then they're being sold back to the Premier League for a higher amount, because that's where the European clubs are making a bit of money.
Yeah. What do you call your lad? He was the centre back for Cork, Cahill Havern, I think you called him.
Cahill Havern. He went to AC Milan and Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's at Newcastle now. Jake O'Brien.
Jake O'Brien's
starting for Everton.
Yeah.
And he went to Lyon. I think it was Lyon.
You see some mad signings now. One question before we actually do kick into the podcast I want to ask you is, I'm a bit of a football hipster. I love just sitting there watching.
Yeah, I love it as well. Yeah.
The other day, like in work, I was on guard and I have my PSP.
So you're on guard as in at work in the Defence Forces.
Yeah.
So you're protecting the country, but you're watching Premier League football.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know.
Yeah,
good to know the country's safe, boys.
100%.
Country's safe.
I wasn't on the cameras. So it wasn't my turn.
Why was Ireland invaded? Well, Caine was fucking watching the Premier League years from 2007 to 2008.
Premier League years on the phone.
Country's been overlooked, but Suarez had a great year.
He had it. Michael won when he was younger. So I was just sitting there playing FIFA 06 on the PSP. Have a PSP, I'm not joking, bought all the old games, Pro Evo 5, FIFA 7, FIFA 06 and FIFA 8, just sitting there playing. I was playing for Michael Owen, but I've met Michael Owen, stuff like that there, and I've always thought to myself, at 17 years of age and 18, he won the Golden Boot.
Oh, he comes onto the scene unbelievably.
Ballon d'Or 22. Yeah. I can't remember him because I was
too young.
Very young, but what was he actually like as a player? At that young.
Well, I had a season ticket to United from 2005 to 2010. So I lived in Manchester. So I would have seen that. I've seen over 110 Man United football games. I've gone to all that. Went to the Carabao Cup, the Carling Cups as it was called, the Champions League. The FA Cup home game. You had to buy the home games as part of it. So it was £1,000 for a season ticket. I used to sit in the K stand, East End. Ian Stone from the Stone Roses was like 10 rows in front of me. So I was behind the goal, and the away fans were on my left. So if you're watching on telly, I'm on the right goal, right? And Michael Owen came and played for us for a wee while. Do you remember? But growing up watching, he was just lethal. He was a whippet. And I think, as a striker, he never won anything with Liverpool, really. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he won anything. Did one FA Cup, was it?
FA Cup, League Cup, Charity Shield, UEFA Cup.
Okay, so he won something.
Yeah.
check out the Charity Shield. That's a toss of a coin. But he was just always on the line of the defenders, and he was just ready to go. You could catch him.
He just seemed so good. I'm watching him there again, and I was just sitting going to myself. See, before this podcast, just sat there, who's it? David Ginola at
David
Newcastle.
Ginola, yeah. At Tottenham and Newcastle, yeah.
Hasselbank, a documentary on him at Chelsea and Leeds.
Henrik Larsson was unbelievable.
Larson for years as well. Like, see that wee 3-month loan he had?
Yeah.
I was fucking class.
Mate, do you know who's the most underrated striker in Man United I've ever had? Louis Saha. When Louis Saha was fit, he was unbelievable.
Missed the penalty against Celtic though.
Yeah.
I remember
he was unbelievable when he was fit.
I forget who it was. There was someone there. It was on, do you know, is it Akinfenwa?
Akinfenwa, the Wycombe Wanderers,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So he has his own podcast now.
Right.
And he was asking someone, who's the best player you've played against? And they said Louis Saha. And I was sitting there going, because they were just ramming off all these unbelievable players.
He's unbelievable, yeah.
Like, best player I'm played against, Louis Saha. And I was sitting there going, did he just say Louis Saha? Yeah. It's, like, I remember him, but I don't. I remember him when he was at Everton.
Get his goals, and you should made. Like, he had an unbelievable left foot, and he was perfect for United. We had him for years. And then, like, there was some players that we had that never get any credit. Never get any. Like, Wes Brown used to do some great work for us.
Yeah.
Wes Brown, right? I'll never forget. Wes Brown, Darren Fletcher. Darren Fletcher became an unbelievable player for United. But his first few years coming through, and I think of players like Toby Collier now that's gone out on loan and stuff like that, they were getting loads of shit at the start.
Yeah.
But actually, they became the first names on the team sheet. When Michael Carrick signed for United for 16 million, people were going, 16 million for Michael Carrick. I'll never forget his first season at United when he came from Tottenham. The abuse he was got, giving the ball away. After 2-3 seasons, first name on the team sheet.
Yeah.
Football fans are emotionally reactive. They want instant success straight away. Whereas you look at Ruben Amorim now, and you look at maybe what Jurgen Klopp did when he came into Liverpool. He finished 7th first 2 seasons. Yeah. Didn't he sell 29 players and buy 31?
Got the 2 cup finals though as well.
Yeah. But no one gave him shit for finishing 7th.
Yeah. Because they knew it was a project.
So and now Amorim's getting shit.
Are you pro Amorim?
I'm pro Amorim, yeah, totally, yeah.
But do you not think all these great players and the system's not really working as he wants because the players don't fit it? Do you not think he could adapt himself, like a good manager?
Well, you see, the thing is, like, he's based. I think his mentality is that this is the system the club is going to play, and this is the identity of the football club, and you all have to play this system in your sleep. And then when every single person knows exactly what they're doing, I will then change the system, because then I'll go, right, guys, go back to our system, and everyone just reverts back. And he says, I don't care. This is how I'm doing it. Now, he sacrificed last season, obviously. We got to the Europa League final, one of the worst games ever, blah, blah, blah. If we'd have won that and got into the Champions League, honestly, we could have got an absolute fucking hiding in the Champions League this year. Sometimes there's a little part of me that goes, do you know what's really good? We're out of the Carling Cup, which was a disgraceful performance in the Carabao Cup. But also, secondly, less games, more training.
Yeah.
And also, smaller squad, more time to find who we want going forward. So, do you know what? If you offer me 7th or 8th now already this year, I'd bite your hand off it. I would bite your hand off 7th or 8th this year. I would. Still a couple of players that we need to get rid of. Yeah. There's still 1 or 2 players that we need to bring in. We need a centre. We need to really figure out the centre midfield, right? The defensive centre midfielder. And I also really hope this new goalkeeper is going to be a
lot of pressure for a young lad.
I remember David De Gea's first season at United. He was battered, but by God, he became good then. Yeah. Then obviously it tails off as it does. Do you know what I mean? But for me, 7th or 8th, another building season, get rid of some more deadwood. We've got rid of all the, Garnacho's gone and the guys, Rashford's going, and, they're going. Do you know what I mean? They are out there. Anthony's signed for Real Betis. Massive loss in the player and all that. But these are bad.
You just have to take them.
No, but what you got to understand is anything that you do comes from the organisation of anything. Whether even the top of your family right down to the grandkids. It's all about the structure. And if the top isn't right, the people don't. Like, if you grow up in a family that has addiction, well, how are you expecting the kids to live normally? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all they're going to see is chaos. So it's going to be chaos. Whereas if the top down isn't right at Manchester United, then the players are like, well, if upstairs are an absolute shambles, well, of course we're going to be shambles, because they can't tell us what we're doing right and wrong when they can't even get their own fucking house in order. So everything stems from the top. And I'm anti-Glazier. They've robbed the club of so much money. I'm just a normal fan.
You wore a yellow and green scarf?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I only am a fan. I have no power. I'm annoyed by it. Still support it. But ultimately, I'd love it if somebody came in and went, here's 6 billion Glaziers, fuck off. And I want to get the club to get back to a lot of the grassroots and, what it's all about. You know what I mean? So just a standard fan,
What did it mean to Cork to have Roy Caine as the captain?
Oh, it's unbelievable,
of your team, like a Cork man?
We'd Roy Keane, Dennis Irwin, Liam Miller, Lots of players. John O'Shea obviously being from Waterford and stuff. Frank O'Farrell was a manager of Cork manager of Manchester United after Matt Busby. He was from Cork. Frank O'Farrell.
That's one thing
it's gone after a few months.
Like United don't have now is an Irish contingent there. And then see as well, like, is there a club that's kind of brought up on, like, you've always had youth team players coming through and graduating, going into the first team, but it seems to be your youth team players now are the ones that are kicking up a fuss, and they're the ones kind of wanting to be sold. Carnacho, Manu, Rashford. Like, what do you feel of the youth players coming through now? Do you think?
Well, like, I remember, and I don't want to sound like a real nostalgia kind of thing, but you know, you hear stuff about when Fergie talked about, like, you know, these kids are 16, 17 already with a load of money in the bank.
Yeah.
So you got to question the motivation. And Fergie always said, like, I know I can't get somebody who's a millionaire at 23 to talk about working class qualities. So what I do is I go for their fathers and their grandfathers. And I think things like, you know, my nephew now, like, you know, they have to, when he's with Cork State, they have to put the cones out. They have to pick the cones up. They have to, you know, getting back into cleaning boots and sweeping and respect and loyalty and hard work.
That's the way it should be. Like.
And, like, you know, I'm a massive believer in, you know, they're working in an industry where they can earn a lot of money. That is not their fault.
Yeah.
So if that's what they can get it. But I think you get it, but you should get it on the basis that you have to follow these qualities.
Yeah.
And I think Amrin is slowly kind of saying, guys, you know, hard work beats talent. And also, when you finish your dinner, you lift your fucking plate and you bring it back to the cleaning department or the kitchen or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it's about instilling that kind of, like, respect. And I think there's been a few things where in Man United they've probably, Fergie and probably had it, and Liverpool managers had it, where when they come into the room, shit. Whereas some managers have come into the room, when they come into the room, no, fuck them.
Yeah.
And I think Klopp had that. There's managers of generation. Mourinho had that at the start at Chelsea. Don't mess with the manager. We need to get back to the point where it's like there is an authority figure that, like, oh, is this? You're in the army, right? Your bed has to be fucking inspection. Your boots, your gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
nowadays there's a serious lack of respect for authority, I would say.
No, you can respect authority too much as well, and then authority can misbehave.
Yeah.
And take advantage. But I'm talking about in the sporting culture as well. There's a little bit of, like, I want to see a 17-year-old say, I want to play for this club, not for 20 grand a week, it's because the heritage of the club.
Yeah.
I think we've lost a little bit of that. We've lost maybe a lot of that. So I hope that Amrin is a guy who can instill values.
Yeah. With Liverpool, like, I think it's great because they have to lock away their phones and stuff every time they go into training.
Yeah,
like players.
My nephew, when he went to Melbourne, they had to lock away their phone. Yeah.
So that's class. And then even that young lad Rio, I know he's on a scholarship like contract at the minute, but he'll be getting the pro contract. But he's only on 300 quid a week. I know I'm saying only on 300 quid a week, but considering what some players are paid even at that age now.
Yeah.
Through backdoor and through sponsorships and stuff like that. I think it's Liverpool seems to be. Their academy seems to be ideal right now at the minute. There's a lot of players that are choosing to go to Liverpool over certain other academies.
Yeah. And I think, and probably the values and the qualities and how to get looked after. But also, like, if you leave Liverpool, Man United, or Arsenal academy to go somewhere else, you're still going to have a decent career. I think
100%.
So it's what they instill in you is the key thing, rather than the outcome. Sometimes a lot of bad players at Man United that went off, played a few times for United, like Phil Bardsley went off and had a great career, Sunderland and Burnley and all that.
Roy Lott played for you as well, did he?
That's at start, yeah.
And
we have, like, Ryan. I think Ryan Shawcross, who was centre back for Stoke. He was at United.
Tom Heaton.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so even if you leave United, you've got that quality in you to keep you in a Premier League team or a Championship team. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the key thing. What happens is that it's like we're not just instilling certain things into you. I think that's what good organisations do. They create good habits.
Ravel Morrison is one that got away.
Oh, but Ravel Morrison, to me, it's like a Gascoigne or something. You just can't fix it.
You can't control it.
You can't fix it. You can't fix it. You know, so there's every club. Dele Alli.
Dele Alli,
You know, Dele Alli had a good few seasons at Spurs, you know, doing all right. Gone now.
His problems kind of caught up on him.
Jesse Lingard, I genuinely do not understand decision making there. The decision making. He's at United all his life, goes out on loan to Birmingham. Did he go on loan to Watford as well for a bit? Comes back in and out of United. Actually had a brilliant season there. Gets into the England squad. Kind of falls out of favour. Goes on loan to West Ham. Blows it up at West Ham. Right? West Ham, big club. Do you know Jesse, perfect fit.
100%.
David Moyes, you're in Europe, you're back in England, then decides to go to Nottingham Forest for a season, makes no impact, and then moves to South Korea.
It's a
And I just went, mate, like, what do you, like, you go to West Ham, apparently it was a problem over his wage, stuff like that. You could go there and have 5 years at that club, right? You could have won the Europa Conference League. You could have gone to a World Cup potentially with England. I'm not saying, could have happened.
Yeah.
You're playing Premier League football in and out. You're going to be a star of that club. And you decide to go to South Korea. I don't know the decision making.
Money. I think he's building his own brand and stuff now.
But you're like, at the end of the day, football's a short career, man. 35, 36, you're done,
100%. So we'll kick into the actual podcast now. I was like the overlap there for a while.
Yeah, no.
So Andrew, if you can just tell me exactly what you were like as a young person and where you're from.
So I'm from Cork. So what age do you want to know now?
I don't want to come across as pervy here. Young.
Under 16.
Yeah, under 16.
What was I like? I was youngest of 4. I was brought up. Mum and Dad were together. Would have said, everything was done. Like went to the schools, had a summer holiday, mobile home kind of thing. Pretty straightforward.
Was the rest of the fam United fans as well?
No, my oldest brother's Tottenham. My other brother Villa.
Sure, he had a good time there then at that.
Yeah, my brother Emmett was Villa. Doesn't follow football anymore. We was Villa, and then I was United. Sister, no interest, obviously. She's not into it. But her son Scott is big United. We're all United now, except my brother's 2 kids. They're Tottenham.
You've converted them.
They're all Tottenham. So there's Tottenham and
God
United.
bless them.
Yeah. So, but no, it was all right growing up. Like, yeah, like I was the youngest. Like, you know what I mean. My dad was recovering alcoholic, so like he stopped drinking when I was 4. I have no memory of my father drinking ever.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was still particularly able to. He still had obviously addiction problems.
Yeah.
So I think my mum put up with a lot. I think she put up with a lot. And I think we looking back on it now, I was very grateful for a lot of stuff that we got. But when I actually think about it with my mature head of me and and the clarity of where I'm an independent man, I live on my own. I don't need my mum's passed on, but I don't need my parents for anything anymore. I kind of look back now and I go, oh, my mum did brilliant stuff. My dad, I wouldn't look at him overly fondly, like.
Yeah. Would your mother have been kind of the
she would
of the family?
She would have masked a lot of she would have protected us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Say that's what in situations like that that's what mothers do. Like mothers do try to.
There's old thing like, Jesus, like married with 4 kids, I can't leave.
Yeah, that 100%.
I often wish my mum did leave, but she never did.
And what did you see just in school? Were you good at school? Did you apply yourself?
Awful, truly awful. Yeah, not academic.
You come across very academic though.
Yeah, just not academic in front of me.
Yeah.
But like when I was in school, I was quite messy, quite all over the place, very little concentration, not doing homework, whatever. I went to secondary school called the Christian Brothers in Cork, really good school, like a rugby school, so it's produced quite a lot of rugby players. I'll be honest with you, when I look back on that, I look back on it fondly. A few things I didn't like about it, but hey, it's not going to be perfect, is it? Made some great friends for life, friends that are coming to my wedding, this week. Some of the teachers were unbelievable to me, some not so much. But yeah, like failed my leaving cert, never went to 3rd level. Bit of a disaster, really. I remember doing one of my leaving cert exams. I think it was the Irish paper 2. You have to stay 20 minutes when you go into the exam hall. You have to stay 20 minutes or half an hour, and you're allowed leave. So Irish paper 2 would be say 1:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon on whatever, and then at 2 o'clock I'd be gone. I wouldn't even do the paper. Like, this is the leaving cert.
Yeah.
Like, so A levels up here or whatever.
Then what did you do then? Like going into, if you've got no qualifications, what did you do going into employment?
So I got a job working in a hotel in the bar, Maryborough House Hotel. So I was just in the bar there, like, and I was doing a bit of portering. And then my dad, I think my mum were like, we need to do something with this guy. I'm 18. A lot of my friends were going off to UCC to do accountancy or psychology or whatever. Some guys are going off to Limerick. They're going to Dublin, or some guys are going into Sparking or carpentry or whatever they're doing. Some guys are going to work for the dad. The dad might have 3 pubs and they're going to work in the pub, or A lot of guys then, this is kind of pre-social media now as well, so like imagine it's very structured and it's like, well, Jesus, you need to get something now to get yourself sorted, you know, like the whole like don't let the family down, like, do you know what I mean? So like there was stuff like that. So my dad got me a job working for a company that like did a whole load of stuff like security, car finance, car repossessions, private investigation. I went in going, so I was doing admin in the office. So I was doing admin.
Is this where your organisational skills came to part?
Yeah, so I was just doing admin, getting fucking £180 a week.
Not having to deal for the public as well.
Yeah, and just doing admin. And then one day some guys, we've a private investigation team that do fraudulent insurance claims. Do you want to go out with them? I was like, yeah, right. So I'm out and used to do private investigation. We used to have these big Minolta cameras. That was before social media, all this kind of stuff now. So just remember, so I'll give you an example how it works. Like you have a car accident and there's nothing wrong with you, but you put in a claim for 80 grand. Oh, I can't walk. But we see you playing five-a-side. So we just go, listen.
Would you have seen that much?
We've saw a few things, yeah, but we just say, man, there's nothing wrong with you. Then that has a knock-on effect to your policy and my policy.
Yeah.
Now, some people were genuinely sick. All you're doing is checking to see if they're lying or not.
See if you got someone who was lying, would you have got a bonus? No. So it's just...
No, we never even get told the outcome of the case.
No, I would just go to...
No, we get told, go to Caine's house today, can't get out of bed, depressed from a car accident. All right, go up, 10 o'clock, you're out, in the gym, fucking playing five-a-side, go up to the driving range, out to the cinema with the girlfriend. Caine, there's a photograph of it. Now, you do it, whatever you want with that. He says he can't leave the house, but he's done 7 activities today.
I'd say...
So then when you go on the stand then, and you say, I haven't been able to leave the house, go, all right. Have you played any sports in the last 6 months? No, I haven't. And have you done anything socially with your girlfriend? No, I haven't. Okay. On Monday, the 19th of June, you did this and this and this. Case falls out there.
Here, their face just dropped, I'd say. Hey everyone, Caine here from Mentality Monsters. Time to talk about today's sponsor. If you love the thrill of winning big, then you need to check out Our Kings Competitions, the UK and Ireland's top spot for incredible praise competitions. They're giving you the chance to win luxury cars, dream holidays, top tech, and even life-changing cash prizes, all for a fraction of the cost. And what's the best part of this? Entering is super easy, so you just need to go on, select your competition, grab your tickets, and then you're in for a shot at winning big. With guaranteed winners in every draw and some of the most amazing prizes out there, Our Kings is the place to be if you want to turn a little into a lot. So, what are you waiting for? Head over to www.ourkingscompetitions.com now and grab your tickets, and you could be our next big winner. That's Our Kings Competitions, where dreams become reality, and enter today. What was the job like?
Horrible.
Was it like
boring?
Actually,
Like,
see, I think it'd be very like 007.
no,
It'd be
it's
like
boring.
The Cork James
No,
Bond.
people, it sounds good, but it's not. In reality, it's not. Like I was working with 2 arseholes as well. Like,
Were the older fellas?
yeah, just miserable pricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they're just like whinging, like just arseholes. Like,
It seems to be the type of job that, because your life, like, see them older fellas,
yeah.
their life themselves, they're hating their life so much, they're just going
Yeah.
to take everyone down with them. They're
yeah.
just like,
Well, I
"Fuck
judge
it."
people on. I call it A&E, like attitude and effort.
Yeah.
If you've got a good attitude and you can make an effort, you'll live a good life.
100%.
And if you've got a bad attitude, eventually that just drains people around you.
Yeah.
There's only so much people will put up with these days. And I think, like, you know, if I'm around people and they constantly have a bad attitude about what to do. Now, don't get me wrong, we all have them whinging and moan. Absolutely go for it. Like, I'd be whinging about the weather and all that. You know, there's not, but I'm talking about your overall attitude.
Yeah.
My overall attitude is positive. And my effort, I think, is positive. So I think, you know, when you're around people who've bad attitude and shit effort.
Yeah.
So I call it like, I used to say, like, what's their A&E like? like accident and emergency, what's the A&E like? Have they got good attitude and do they make an effort? I think that's all you need is good attitude
100%.
and effort.
It's all about the energy. Like, you can tell when you walk into a room, someone's
attitude and effort is the key to life. Like, and people don't realize if you've got there's lots of people in my life, like, and you'll have it in sort of like that. I like them, but I wouldn't want to be around them that often.
100%.
But I enjoy them when I see them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I could do without them now. And listen, there's plenty of people that could do without me as well.
100%.
We're not all for everybody. And like my attitude when I get a bit older is that like, not everybody is for everybody. And what I do is if I see people that in life that I'm a bit like, you know what, each to their own, I don't want to be in that environment with them.
Yeah.
I just remove myself. So then it keeps me positive rather than getting negative.
Yeah.
Look, that's not for me, but I wish you the best of luck. That's how we do it.
Like people there were 5 minutes. Well, what's happening? How's things? Yeah. But the more deeper you go in the conversation with them, the more your energy starts. The energy just starts going.
The drainers, like they just drain you. Like they're like permanent victims. And like, you know what the weird thing about it is, and I don't know, Caine, if you notice this, but like the last couple of years with the news in the world, and obviously I know you're in the defence forces, so you're in and around all that kind of stuff over in Lebanon. It's challenging. Like people don't realise how lucky we are to live where we live. Like
100%.
For all the problems on this island, we are so lucky.
The opportunities in this island as a whole, like it's me and my missus were talking there a few weeks ago, and we just says about like in England, in London, there's 9 million in London. Say you're born into a council estate, then flats and stuff like that. How hard it is to actually make something of yourself and get out of that environment, and because you're so easily drawn into, like, you see the gang leaders, they're making so much money. They're seeing a kid who's down the dumps and they're offering this kid, here, there's shoes, there's money for your food, stuff like that.
Trap them in, like,
it reels them in. Where see here, you do have that there, but it can kind of be disguised as under political disguise, where like groups, but you don't really get that here. There's so much opportunities here that if you're from a council area or you're from a council estate, you can actually make something like of yourself. We're a very small place as well, so you can actually make something of yourself here, where in those places you can't. Yeah,
like it's the cycle, you know? Yeah. And like, it's strange because, like, what did they say? Crime is poverty. Yeah. You know, if you get people opportunity in life, so if you educate them, give them something to hold on to, something to fight for, get them out of, early years, sort of interventions where childhood, childcare, trying to get single parent families or 2-parent families with disposable income that can give people opportunity, feed them right. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's all that cycle. So it's like, if you could look at the courts and who's in court, I would say 80% of the crime are people who are from poverty backgrounds.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you need to start breaking the cycle. I don't know how to break the cycle. Yeah. Like I'm not a part I don't know how to break the cycle, but you got to give people opportunity. Like, and I think where we live here, for all our ills and all our problems with, especially down south with housing, cost of living, healthcare, etc., lots of problems. But you go to bed at night knowing you're gonna wake up to a job tomorrow. Now, and I know that's different for a lot of people, but when I see the news of Palestine, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, all these things, and I go, fucking Jesus, like, how lucky are we?
Yeah,
like,
extremely, extremely lucky. And people will realise that there when it's too late. If something does happen here, and like I'm not saying it is, but we are extremely lucky. And see the way that you were saying just about North, like down there, there's stuff there that up here you're not really affected by at all. Just in terms of like having to pay for healthcare and stuff like that there, or like you can't go private and stuff up here. But is there anything down south that you were growing up with that you don't face up here? You wouldn't have those challenges or anything like that?
I'll be honest with you, like, the healthcare is a big thing up here. Like, I can just go to a GP and not pay 50, 60 euro. Like, that's brilliant.
It's class.
Like, I can go to A&E in the Ulster if I'm sick. I haven't used this, but but the fact that I can know, I was in the English. I was in England for a long time, so I was already in the UK SRSS system. I think living up here to living down south, I think the people here are great crack. Of all, like when I was growing up, I used to go to school in the 90s, right? And I'd get a lift in the car, right? So you were born in the 90s, right? All I would hear on RTE Morning Ireland at 8 o'clock in the morning was a pipe bomb, the RUC, a punishment beating, an explosion, a device, Jerry Adams, David Trimble, fucking over and back every single day.
Straight over the head.
I did Irish history right up to 1933. And then after that, I was, you do stuff about Cosgrave and the formation of the Free State and, and then the establishment of the Republic and all that kind of monarchy. And you become numb to it, like it becomes normal. And it's terrible that war becomes normal, doesn't it? Yeah. Right? So the North to me was like, it might as well have been fucking Australia.
Mm. Yeah.
And a lot of people down south would say that. But now that I live up here, it's not what it is. It's not what you think it is. This is probably the safest place I've ever lived.
What's that saying?
Outside of Cork.
Yeah. That's like for people on the outside here.
I have lived in Manchester, Hertfordshire, East London, Walthamstow. East London, Walthamstow, dangerous place to live, man. It was a tough place to live. Like every time I go to the tube, I get offered drugs, fights, gangs. I live here in the north, and people think, "Oh, the north, Jesus." No, this is the safest place I've ever lived.
Did you ever see when you were growing up? Was the Irish histories like Tom Barry and Clan Cons and stuff like that? There, you wouldn't really have been.
No. I would have done a lot of. I did. So I would have started around 1890. Isaac bought William Gladstone, killed him at Caine. You know, the start of the the start of the revolution where they wanted to change things, like, and they were going to the British government and were asking for it, and then it goes all the way through to right up to 1911, and then the formation of the guerrillas and trying to get the Brits and all that kind of malarkey. And then obviously 1916 Rising, the Easter Rising, they all get killed and came in jail, and they're like the heroes. And then it's the kind of like Collins and De Valera, the Civil War, the War of Independence, and then and then like that was like Roy Keane, Mick McCarthy part 2, like the second. Are you Mick McCarthy? Are you Roy Keane? Are you De Valera? Are you Collins? You look at somebody, go, are you De Valera or Collins? You go De Valera. Get the fuck.
Do you have?
You know what I mean?
Do you have a side there?
I see it from all angles.
See, I love McConnell's.
Yeah,
I do. I love McConnell's just his intelligence.
I see what he was. I think he got shafted.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Like he was. I think the fact that they sent him, he was. De Valera was more brains. Collins was more in charge of the ground.
The faceless man. They didn't even know he looked like
he was in charge of the ground, right? And they sent him over to do the negotiations. And De Valera didn't go over. And he was like, well, Lloyd George was like going, listen, you either take this or you're getting a fucking holy war. And he came back and goes, look, at least it's something. It's a building block. And then obviously, you know, Northern Ireland is now 100 and whatever years old. It still hasn't worked out. And maybe was Collins right? Was Collins wrong? Was De Valera right? It said, no, we need the full Ireland. Would we have had the problems that's happened here in the north? So we all can preempt everything, but I don't think Michael Collins should have been the one that went to London. Yeah. And I think they got him for that.
I think Dave knew what he was doing.
Do you think so?
I think Dave knew that he wouldn't have got any better, and he would have been the one to bring back the bad news, and then people would have turned on him. But again, like I'm big fan of Tom Barry, big fan of Mick, the Cork man. But just in terms of like on that history, it's something up here that you wouldn't really even going through school. I went to a Catholic school in like a nationalist area, and we didn't really just talk about the War of Independence or 1916 stuff like that. There was more European history, German, French, stuff like that there. So
why is that? Because you're in the more, was that class as being in the kind of the British side of history?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the.
They didn't want to tell you, like
if it's the school, like the school's agenda. Not agenda. It's what they're told. The curriculum, what they're told to teach. But you never would. You had to self-educate on that, all of that there as well. Like
my uncle brokered the Anglo-Irish Agreement. He was chief of the Irish Law Society, so he used to have meetings with Maggie Thatcher in the 80s. He was like under death threats and everything.
See, like your family, like history seems class.
Oh, it's mad, like
it is. That is.
But I don't talk about like my uncle Noel Wright's dead now. He was head of the Irish Law. He actually was a part of the group that brought in the legislation to bring in DNA testing in Ireland. And he's been in a few books as well about talks between the Irish government and the British government in the 80s about the IRA and all the stuff that was going on. And he was like, they would hold like secret talks, and he was in that for a while. And he's in a few books. He was named, like, you know, he was the one, he would speak to Thatcher and stuff like.
Do you have a favourite Irish book of history?
No, I don't read a lot, like, so I just watch the films, like, and
watch the films.
Yeah, all the usual classics, like The Wind that Shakes the Barley, Michael Collins, all that sort of stuff, like.
Cillian Murphy's a Cork man.
Yeah.
Fuck here, you have a few good ones.
We are the best.
Yous are packing.
Do you know what? Do you know, I met a guy from Cork who lives up the north here recently, and I was a bit like, oh, fuck, I just want to be the only one. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be the only one. Like,
I went to Palestine 10 years ago.
It's a place I'd love to go. I'd love to go there.
Unbelievable. 2017 it was, but I went with a project called Building Walls, Breaking Walls, to kind of bring people from conflict areas. And you kind of go out there and you actually build a wall together and stuff like that there. So we went to Palestine, but it's the first time I ever encountered anyone from Cork. So 4 from Cork went out and 4 from Belfast was the Irish contingent. And fuck me, do some drinking.
Oh yeah.
It was actually
walking down the Gaza Strip going, all right, boys!
We all threw on our Celtic stuff, and then we woke up the next day in the West Bank, and we went out in Bethlehem Town Square on that night, but we were the only Christians there, so just painting away, drinking away, and wake up and there's 2 tricolours hanging from from our balcony. And then I just look at my phone. There's a video from the night before, and we're just saying Palestinians all know our allegiances now and stuff like that. They're just I'm going to myself, oh shit, what is going on?
That is something I would love to go out to Palestine.
That's
and how obviously look, it's what's happening. I mean, like you must have, when all this thing was kicking off, it must have been fuck. This is like where I've been and seen. You've met the people. Like because I also think Hamas is not Palestinian people, like
100%.
Like the IRA is not me, like it's like the IRA bombing London, and then London going right. As a result, we're now going to blow up all of Waterford, Cork, Kerry, Limerick, Clare, Laois, Wicklow. And I understand it's a very complicated thing, but I am, and it's you talk about it. You're going to be murdered, part of the thing, but you're going to be killed from either side for pro or not pro. But it's just so sad. Like it's terrible. Like
a lot of people are actually afraid to voice their opinion on it, because one, it can feel very overwhelming because they don't know what's going on. They're not educated enough, and you're labelled with so many stuff now. So if you speak out against the Israeli government,
it's terrible.
You're anti-Semitic, you're a terrorist, you're a left-wing socialist, you're just communist.
But there's Israeli people out there who are really good people. You know what I mean? There's really good Israeli people out there who are appalled. There are Palestinians out there who are terrorists. There are Palestinians out there who are just want to live a life, and everyone seems to be put into one camp. And it's very complicated. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I just
I try to be very neutral on it. But I do have my views.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Because I've seen on TikTok there's that. Have you saw the influencer kind of drama going on?
Oh, Coca-Cola,
yeah. The Coca-Cola thing, and I just see from my opinion, it's either you're against genocide or for genocide. No, it's just.
But also as well as look, obviously I'm against it, but I don't know if this company our funding is I don't know.
100%.
It's do you know what I mean? Like where do I go? So every time I do something now, I have to double check.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like I kind of like pro and against that kind of stuff. It's a bit like sometimes people go, here's a freebie, right? I'd say half of them didn't even fucking know Coca-Cola were on the list.
Nah.
So you know what I mean? I don't think they knew. I give money every month to UNICEF to feed to go over to Palestine and the conflict there, but I don't advertise that. Do you know what I mean? That's how I do it.
I was paying for about 3 years there. I was paying £8 a month to some kid in, I think it was Chad or something like that there, and it was just see the way you would like you said before about the champagne. You're like, yo, fucking sort that out. There's a guy called to my door, and I've got a really bad. I can't say no, so I was sponsoring a kid from Chad for about 3 years, £8 a month, just because I didn't want to say no, and I was just hoping.
But fair play to you for doing it.
But I was hoping each winter that it was going to be a harsh winter. And I wouldn't have that. We just stopped paying.
Is this kid? Can he play for Liverpool? No, not interested.
No. I'm about investing in the club.
Yeah.
Investing in the club.
It's all this stuff is so terrible. Awful.
But we'll move on anyway. So comedy in itself. How did it? Were you like a witty child growing up? And funny and stuff like that there?
I would have been. I would have broke a lot of tension at home with comedy. And attention as well. I didn't, get it. Like my mum worked nights as a nurse, and busy house. You know what I mean. So to get attention, I would have, I got really into comedy when I was in my early teens, watching Father Ted and Black Books and all these things. And it was just brilliant.
Out
no, we never watched. It was never down south.
Never.
No.
What age were you the first time that you ever saw it?
Give me a headpiece?
Yeah.
I think I've only seen one episode.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I only watched it a couple of years ago, and I don't even watch it. I don't really know the characters. I need to actually watch it because I know a lot of the cast.
100% you do.
I was like, oh shit, I don't even watch it.
Have you ever watched that show, Pulling Moves?
No.
No, it's about up here. Oh, I'll send you the link for it on YouTube.
Yeah.
All the episodes.
I'd love to do
a
comedy show about a southerner living in the north.
Oh, here to be class.
But I want to do it away from the stereotypes. I'll do it completely different.
But then, Derry Guards might have beat you to it.
Well, no, I think it would be Yeah, they could have. Yeah, so how can you do it differently? Like, you know, you can always tell a story. But comedy for me, when I got into comedy, like I loved it. Like I was just getting it, and then there's no rule book. Like there's no like, oh, here's your degree in comedy. Like, you know, what I mean, there's no. You literally have to go and figure it out yourself.
What did you do to get out there?
So I went to England and I used to go to comedy clubs. Comedy clubs in the south, like not as common as they were nowadays. Like, but I used to go to the Comedy Store in Manchester, and I was like, "This is great." Now it was pretty expensive, it was like 20 odd quid at the time.
Back then,
like, and it's about 25 quid now. Like, but I was like watching comedians. I was like, "This is mad!" Like 4 comedians. The first gig I ever went to the Comedy Store, Stephen K. Amos was the MC, Mark Watson, Mickey Flanagan, John Bishop, and Mick Ferry, all in the lineup.
Love John Bishop,
and I was just like, wow. And then I saw they had a thing called "Wanna Try and Be a Comedian?" Come down first Sunday of the month. Rang the number. Hi, how do you become a comedian? Right, or you do this competition, the audience can boo you off if you're crap. And I went, yeah, right. So I went down, got booed off after about 2 minutes. Loved it. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Did you have a few drinks beforehand?
No. Went back a month later, lasted about 3 minutes, and I went, getting better.
3 minutes is a long time.
And then that's it.
That's it.
I noticed the comedians always stand at the back of a room. So whenever you're watching a show in a club, they'll always be at the back.
Is that just kind of...
So I used to start hanging around at the back of rooms. Oh, are you a comedian? Yeah, what's your name? John. Hi, John. Are you going on? No, I just came in to watch. Oh, I'm starting out. Oh, what's your name? Andrew. Where are you from? Cool. So how do you get gigs? Oh, email this guy. He's got a gig. Oh, thanks.
Was there anybody that guided you kind of at the
did it all myself.
Stage? No.
Did it all myself in a country I'm not from.
What age were you at this stage?
24, 25.
24, 25. What would this have been? Early 2000s?
Yeah, 2010, 9, 10.
And was there a baptism of fire?
Oh man, I have bombed every gig. I have had encores to being booed off. I've had the whole lot.
And how do you kind of handle that kind of pressure?
Attitude and effort. Here,
something so simple.
And it's free.
Simple.
It's free. It's free. Attitude and effort is free. And like the best things in life are free. Exercise is free. Attitude and effort. They're the 3 things that will get you anywhere in life. If you want exercise, feel good, get yourself in shape, dead easy, right? Go for a run, go for a walk, free. Good attitude, right? Weather's shit today. Okay, not going to sit in the sofa, be miserable about it. What can I do at home today? It's going to make me make the best out of the day. Yeah. Right, I'm going to reward myself tonight at 6 o'clock by watching my favourite show on Netflix. Right, from 3 to 6, I'm going to tidy the house, going to do the washing, or I'm going to do a bit of work. I'm going to actually ring a couple of friends. Hey, I haven't spoke to you for a moment. What's the crack again? On good. 5 minutes there. Effort, attitude, check in with people. Yeah. Simple things make massive differences. So with comedy, when I started, I used to go down to gigs that when I wasn't even on, and I would just meet the people at the back of the room and build up like
networking,
yeah. And then this is before Instagram, before TikTok. I used to have to email. I didn't own a laptop till I was 32 years old. I didn't own a laptop till I was 32 years old. I used my girlfriend. She had one, and I would just log in. I would do that now. No, I'm not. But
proper old, like that's an old person kind of thing now. Just like
I'm not an old person, but like you know what I mean. But like at the time, like
yeah. Did you ever see when you were starting out? Was there a moment where you kind of went, I can't make a career out of this?
Yeah. People emailed me out of nowhere. I've heard you're good. Would you like to come and do my gig?
How did that make you feel?
That's probably better than the gig. Somebody messaged me and said, I heard you're doing really well. I have a gig in Leeds in England. Do you want to come to Leeds and do this gig? We'll give you £30.
How did you find...
So that means people are saying, oh, there's a guy called Andrew Ryan. He's funny.
Yeah, he's good.
There's his contact details. So when other people then are talking about you, you're doing a good thing. So then straight up to Leeds, do the gig. Unbelievable.
And did you have to travel like yourself?
Yeah, my first 2 years of comedy, I was £7,000 in debt afterwards.
Fuck yeah.
So $7,000, yeah. So I earned no money, but I would spend money to do it.
Yeah.
So, and this is the thing, what people don't like. If you have a passion about something, didn't care how much it cost. I was just going to do it.
Yeah.
$7,000 worth of debt. And at one point, I was going out with a lovely girl called Jo, and she said to me, "What's the plan here?" Like, And I'm like going, we'll just see how much debt I can get into. like, you know what I mean? And then after about, then it started to kind of turn. I was earning a bit more and I was able to pay off the overdrafts, credit cards, high interest on the overdraft. I was paying £20, £30 a month just on interest on the overdraft. I'd always pay the credit card off in full and then build it up the next month. Bus tickets, train tickets, hotels, takeaways, coming home late at night, hiring cars, all that kind of stuff.
Say the experience that you kind of gain from struggle like that there of putting yourself in debt and allowing yourself to be in a position and like that to chase a dream is invaluable.
Yeah, but I didn't have anywhere else to go after it. I had no qualifications.
All or nothing?
I had nothing. I was 25. I had no qualifications. I had no money. I'm living in a country I'm not from. I gave up my season ticket at Man United because I couldn't afford it, because I decided to put the money into comedy. I got a job working in bars, got a job working in a comedy club, just so I could watch comedy and learn and meet comedians. I was fully engrossed in it. Got addicted to it, a little bit too addicted to it, I would say. And I just remember saying, like, this has to work. So I just went and worked at it and learned and became really comfortable within myself on stage and trusted, and would get up on a Monday and go, right, where am I this week? Where am I? Right, I've all the travel booked. Okay. Right, I'm going to, work on this joke today.
How did
and
you
trust yourself.
Get new material?
Gotta just trust yourself. Gotta just trust yourself in thinking. Like, I would spend a lot of time staring at walls. And people are like, what's up? I'm just thinking about stuff. I'm currently working on a bit at the moment about my new show is all about accepting change, but the whole concept is that I reject change. like things are changing and I'm reluctantly accepting it. But the whole thing is about me being a bit of a mess about it. And there's things you kind of like write about or you think about, like small things that then become, like my missus said something to me very simply about, like, shit to me, do you really need to do that? And then I'm like, yeah. And then I go, I don't actually. And then it's about understanding that other people are right as well, can be right as well. Whereas I would always, no, you have to do it this way. Do you know what I mean? So like, and then you kind of like, it's quite big theory at the start and you works it down into like bits. Like, you just trust yourself. I never worry about where a joke is coming from. If you said to me, I have to write 1 hour in a year of jokes, I'll be like, absolutely doable. But Andrew, I want you to write, what are you going to write about? I go, don't know. But how do you just create it out of nothing? Well, how does a musician write a song? They sit down with the tools in front of them. My tool is thoughts. Their tool is a guitar. And they have 1,000 chords and they just put it down for 10 minutes, pick it up. No, not working. And they go, all right, if you're writing a song about, say, the loss of a loved one, like, the thing when you lose somebody in your life, like I've lost my mother, right? The things that I miss the most are not what you are. What I miss the most is, she would always cook a fry for me on a Sunday morning, and we would have tea and toast with the fry. And she used to always give me brown bread cut in a triangle. That's what I miss the most. I don't miss, I miss everything, but I don't miss I miss the fact she won't be at my wedding, but I'll miss the fact that she would tell me after a show, the first thing she'd comment on was my shirt rather than the jokes. Yeah. I miss that. I don't, so then when I write a joke about something like that, about what I miss, I'll write a joke about a piece of toast. But that's, the routine is about the toast, but the idea is about missing somebody. See you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, but so the subject of a joke, the target of a joke, very different, Yeah. So that's how you kind of work at it. And you get better at something. You get better. Like, everything you do, you're going to get better at it. Like, I had this thing like, I'm going to my fiance's wedding next week. It's clearly her wedding. I'm going to it as well, but I'll just be the groom. So it's like the wording there is like, I'm going to my fiance's wedding. I was myself. So you have to think about that. To go, Andrew's going to his fiance's wedding next week. Basically, what he's saying is like he's getting married as well, but it's her wedding. Yeah. See, so it's like the wordplay there. That's the kind of stuff you're kind of thinking about, like how you pitch it. Yeah. And that's a lot of the comedy is your style, and your rhythm and your timing. I can write a joke and it's a good way now. I can very, very quickly figure out how to deliver it.
Yeah.
It's not just writing; it's how you deliver it as well. Like, you know.
There's a lot more thought process in it than what because obviously I've had Colin on, I've had Paddy, Arn, I've had Shane.
Yeah.
Shane was the first comedian that I had on, and there's so much thought that actually does go into it.
Yeah, and it's the work you don't see. Like, it's like a footballer, you know, turns up to play 90 minutes, but you don't see the work he did in 10 days to get that fitness level or that tactic right that week. Do you know what I mean? So, like, what you got to understand is like I'll work today now, like, even though I'm not doing a show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll work on stuff, like.
Are you very regimented? You come across as someone who structure and routine is key.
I would have a lot of structure and a lot of routine, but I don't mind veering off it if I know that there's a bit of crack to be had.
Yeah.
But I will have to jump back on it fairly quickly. Do you see what I'm saying?
Is your missus understanding of that?
Yeah. So like she actually said to me yesterday, because you need to have a little bit more confidence in yourself, right? So like I would be quite confident in an overt way of being on stage. Like I could walk out to 9,000 people tomorrow and wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep over it. But you put me on a golf course and 5 people watch me hit a golf ball, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, it's a different kind of
yeah. So you need to have a bit more confidence. So I would have had a lot of like issues about my physique and obsessed with not putting on weight to the point where I would put my hand on my mouth, like. And I did that a lot when I was a kid, and I came back a bit in 2019. I luckily I've been fine. Obsessed about looking okay. So there's obviously there's obviously an issue there that I still haven't figured out yet. Do you know what I mean? And now that we're getting married, I actually I said to my wife, I said, we cannot become a couple that wants to get married. We sit in the sofa. We're not that couple. We're out, busy, active.
Getting after it.
Yeah, because if I sit on that sofa, man, I have bad thoughts and destructive personality traits. So I have to keep busy. So I do the radio in the morning, finish at 10. And I'll go to the office. I have an office then that I go.
Yeah.
I'll have a cat, look after him, and I keep myself going all the time. Like, I'm going on a honeymoon, right? I'm actually doing a gig on the honeymoon.
Where are you going?
Tuscany.
Yeah.
I'm doing a gig in Italy.
Unreal.
Because I was like going, it's not sad, but it's like going, I don't like holidaying for more than 4 days. 5 days is probably the most I'll do a holiday.
How long is your honeymoon?
6 days.
6 days?
But I got a gig somewhere.
Yeah, you're branching out.
Yeah.
And you've
done...
done...
we're doing a bigger honeymoon soon, but like that's like just after the wedding.
And have your your comedy friends, the likes of Shane and Colin and like and all them, are they coming to the wedding?
Yeah, good few of them, yeah. Not everyone's coming, but good few of them, like. Ones I'll be a bit closer to, you know. I'm friends with everyone, like, but can't invite everyone, like.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%, especially the price nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
How does your old friends or your like family mix with the comedians?
So it's very separate, like, because I left Cork in 2004, they come to shows and stuff, but they don't see me as anything other than just Andrew, like.
Yeah.
Like, my eldest brother Ian would be a massive supporter just of comedy in general anyway, and he would always say, so I watched this person's special last night, this guy in America or girl in America, whatever, and I'm like, okay, well, never met them, I might watch it myself, whatever. Yeah. They don't look at it like that. If I was doing a big show in Cork, like in the Everyman, it's like 600 seats or something like that, I'd say to them, guys, I'm down next week, I'm doing a show at the Everyman, let me know if anybody wants to come. Good chance none of them will come. Then the next time I'm down, one might come.
Yeah.
But they'll all watch the shows. They all watch the clips.
Yeah.
I think they're very kind of like, that's just Andrew, like.
It's just that.
Like, now they get a bit of a kick out of it when they're at work and some people go, I was watching your brother last night. And my sister's like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? But then, like, to get them to buy a fucking ticket to pay in the hole, like. You know what I mean? You buy a ticket, I'm not fucking paying to pay, watch you talk. See you talk in the kitchen any day of the week. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't, it's a complete... It's not like they'd be like, oh, whatever, he's doing his thing.
100%.
They don't view it differently, like, you know what I mean? So, but Julie, my missus, like, she's very like, no, Andrew's going to work. It's work.
Yeah, it's work. 100%.
So, and that's the way you kind of, but it's a lot of fun. It's not work. I'm very lucky.
You're blessed.
I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed. But I also work very hard to get to be that position.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I always say to new comedians, like, what are you expecting after 5 years? You should expect nothing. This is a long road, and a lot of people drop off. They drop off because they're not into it. They can't do the yards. I sacrificed relationships, family weddings, christenings, friends' weddings. Can't gigging. We work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. Most people are free Friday at 5 o'clock. I'm gone.
Would you sacrifice, right? United are 3 years' time, Champions League final, going on to the treble. But you've got the biggest gig, sold out 20,000 stadium. Are you doing the 20,000 stadium?
Yeah, because Man United don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's very true.
I care about them. They don't care.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, I would be doing the gig.
Be doing the gig.
That's a personal thing.
100%.
Man United is my love, my hobby. Obsessive. Like, I have all the knowledge. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have all the knowledge of the history of the club, everything. I've read all the books, and got a season ticket. I'm actually on the waiting list again. I'm on the waiting list again to get back, and I paid like £100 to bump. I said you can pay to bump yourself up. I was like, I felt a bit dirty doing that, but I was just like,
yeah, you have to do it. You have to do
you know what I mean? But I was very lucky. Like, I've done a lot of work with like Gary Neville and Gary Pallister, and met a lot of them, like, and worked with them, like, and
That's class.
did an hour with Jamie Carragher there last year. Interviewed Jamie Carragher for an hour for an event over in Manchester, and I've been on MUTV, and I've done all that kind of stuff, and done. It's kind of weird, like, because like I've hung out with like Wes Brown.
Yeah.
Like I found that, like, I've just been chatting to Wes Brown. All right, Wes. All right, how you doing, Andrew? You all right? I'm like,
that's class. That's legal.
it's mad. Like sat next to Dennis Irwin on a flight once. Didn't speak to him until we landed. I just went, all right, and I think he was like, I like the fact that I didn't talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, even though wouldn't say I'm famous or anything, but people might know you, like, oh, that's the guy that does the thing with the thing and all that. Like, yeah, that's all very nice, but if you start talking to me at the start of a flight, this is going to get awkward.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk. But I'll talk to you for 10 minutes at the end of the flight. You know what I mean? Like,
do you get noticed much now?
I do, yeah.
And does it ever feel, is it normal now for you, I'm guessing? Or does it ever feel like...
listen, look, if they like you and they buy a ticket, I'm not against it. Like, you know, like, I get a bit of a kick out of it, but also it's funny, like don't get me wrong. Like, I was in Italy in the summer, and I was walking down through a campsite just outside Rome, and all I hear is, Andre, I listen to you in the mornings. I'm in Rome, and I go, for fuck's sake. But they were a family from Oma, and I went over to them and joined them, like, great crack.
That's class.
I listen to you in the mornings.
See, I get it that, like, every day I'll get like someone now going, oh fuck, hear me, enjoy the podcast and stuff like that. But I get really awkward.
Well, it's hard. I think the biggest problem is the staring.
Yeah.
The staring. And people trying to be funny. People trying to be funny around you is the best. Because you're a comedian, they try to be funny with you. Because, like, I'm funny too, you know? And they get it, they always get it wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Do you get much on the drink when people are on the drink? I'd say you get a lot of people.
Do you know what? Listen, people are out having a good time. It's expensive to go out. And if somebody, like, people come up to me and they wind me up like, you're fucking shit on the radio. And I go, thank you. Do you know what I mean? Or like, my wife says, yeah, your wife knows about me, mate, don't she? Hey, you know, like, I'll have the crack with it. Like, and then you get some people come up then and they won't leave you alone either. Then, like, and you're like, all right, man.
Have you had any bad encounters with fans?
Yeah, I've had a few, yeah. I've had someone send me the registration of my car.
Ooh,
I've had somebody follow me home from a gig.
Baby reindeer style, or
a woman,
yeah. Well, that's quite weird.
It was dealt with.
It was
dealt
with.
It's all sorted then.
The Cork, the flying column called up.
Yeah, Tom Barry ringing up. No, but like, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, I'm very lucky. Yeah. And I love doing comedy, and if enough people like me, brilliant. And if they don't, no, there's plenty of other comedians for you out there, you know. And anything that comes with it, like, people coming up to you and going, oh, I like your stuff, or I like your style, or whatever. Like, listen, it's all good. Like, now sometimes I've been in bad form. Like, you're in bad form. Like, I'm having a bad day, or I'm late for something, or, you know, I had an incident there recently. I was at Kingfisher.
Customer Square?
Yeah, I loved them, right?
Yeah,
I was Kingfisher, right? And I got a message to say that somebody from Cork who's played for Ulster Rugby came up to me and I apparently brushed him off. I was like, what? First of all, I love rugby. If you're a rugby player, I wasn't going to brush you off because I love rugby. Panicked. I was like, oh my God, this guy's going to think I'm an arsehole. Like, I genuinely couldn't remember. Then I was trying to remember. I think I remember talking to him. But he said, he came up, he was, I think a big guy. And he said, I'm from Cork and I've just moved up here. And I think I may have had 3 pints in my hand. And I was moving. And I was going, I was moving. I went, all right, good stuff, man, cheers. You know what I mean? But he said then, like, I brushed him off. So I contacted Ian Henderson, who I know for Ulster Rugby. I contacted you, sent an invite. Listen, can you just pass on my apologies? Because I didn't realise, I was just, if you're in a zone and you're rushing to get somewhere, and then you're like, the lad is obviously a nice lad, and I apologised to him. I said, like, if I was rude to you, I didn't mean to be rude, but I was moving to another place, and I was just, all right, I was just going, like, or I must have said something rude. Apparently I said something like, not today or something, but I spoke to loads of people, so I don't know, but I was very drunk. I was having a good time.
Happens.
I was having a good time.
Heart in the water's on, and you're just sitting there fucking, like, giving it stacks.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I was like, so when you get, when you get a few pints in you, like, you kind of lose your wherewithal. Like, but then again, like, somebody comes up and has a bad interaction with you, they'll tell everyone you're a prick.
Yeah.
So you can't, you can't win. So it's like, if I've had friends, my friend Shane Casey, right, he's my best mate, he's making a speech to me when next week. He plays Billy Murphy in the Young Offenders, right? He's my best friend, right? He was at a restaurant in Cork with his wife, eating dinner, and he had this woman come up, and he said he had a piece of his burger on his fork, and he was just about to eat it, and she grabbed him by the neck. I want to get a picture with you. And his wife was like, excuse me. And to the point where he knocked the fork off the table. And she wouldn't let him out. And they had to be like, you have to stop this.
Yeah.
Like, we're having dinner. And then apparently sent him a message or something saying, you're so rude to me. He was in the wrong.
Fuck me.
Wait till I finish my dinner. When I get up to leave, come up and say hello. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you believe? I think, because people are famous and, like, footballers.
I wouldn't say I'm famous. I tell you what fame is, mate. Fame is fucking Gary Barlow arriving in Japan when he was in Take That in the 90s. That's fame.
Yeah.
We're not.
Well known.
We're fellas that live here that do a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Fame is Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Roy Keane. When you can go to fucking the depths of America and they'll even know you.
Yeah.
That's fame.
David Beckham.
That's
Kinda
fame.
said, yeah.
Just a guy people know.
But well-known guys, say like yourself, I'm going to use footballers as a well example.
Yeah.
But, like, footballers get so much abuse.
Yeah.
But they're as soon as they give it back, they're like, he shouldn't have said this. Where I think if people are, like, well-known, the likes of yourself or even the likes of Shane, because I'd say he'd get it because he's quite well-known now, that people give you dog's abuse, and as soon as you give a bit back, you're the worst person in the world.
I get dog's abuse. Do you know what? I go through a phase. It depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, delete, block.
Any.
Yeah. Delete, block. 1 or 2 times I'll bite. But then I feel bad for biting.
No.
I'll bite then, like,
10 minutes later, you go to yourself.
Why did I do that? Yeah. Delete and block. Just remove it. Just close the door. Don't open the door. And then I'm waiting for his response then. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
and then it's
100%.
back and forth. And I'm like, why am I wasting my fucking time? But somebody's got a picture of a fucking squirrel as a fucking profile picture that lives in Mahara who fucking can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ignore it.
100%.
You're one of the worst comedians ever. Thank you. It's fine. Appreciate it. Whatever. It's not. I think people who do give shit on the internet, I think there's something not right in their life. And I think it's you're getting it. I just can't imagine giving people shit.
Yeah.
For something that they do. Like I don't personally like the music of the band AC/DC. I don't like it. AC/DC sell out arenas all over the world. They are obviously a very good band. And they have a massive fan base. So well done to them. Personally, not for me. I don't wake up and go, you pricks in AC/DC. Yeah. Do you know what I do? Move on to the music that I do like.
Kingfisher.
There is room for I love them at the moment, yeah. There's room for everybody. Yeah. So I just don't get that. It's a bit sad, really. It's a bit sad. I think it's a bit sad that you wake up and go, And also people don't get jokes. They don't get, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
Like,
People take life a bit too seriously now.
Yeah, like they just don't get the joke. I put up a clip there for my special. But I was sitting on a sofa watching sport, and my girlfriend comes in and says, "What are you doing watching sport? What are you doing watching sport?" I said, "Look, I met you on Hinge. My profile said I was watching sport. You swiped right. On your profile said you like walking, arts and crafts. And since we've been together, you've done no walking, no arts and crafts, right?" And everyone's like, "It's funny, you know, like, you know, they always have hobbies, but then they never have." And then someone goes, "Well, I imagine your girlfriend is too busy doing stuff around the house because you're just lying there." And then somebody replied to her and said, it's just a joke." And also as well, that never happened. So I was watching sport one day, and my missus watches sport as well. But I thought, wouldn't it be mad? I just wrote the joke.
You create the material.
They don't, like, not everything has to be dissected. Like,
does all material have a real life aspect to it?
Yeah, well, everything will be real, but then there'll be your little twist and that you put in the comedic element in.
You were on Russell Howard's Good News as well.
Russell Howard's Good News, yeah.
Would you be friendly with Russell Howard at all? Or
I've worked with him once or twice, but no. I used to be the warm-up guy for 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. I got sacked. Jimmy Carr sacked me. Didn't like me.
No way. He's Irish, but as well, is he not? Well,
I don't give a fuck.
Apparently.
I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
But I used to that. So I met Russell a couple of times. And
what's he like?
Really nice.
Really nice.
No, listen, honestly.
I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to think I'd watch that and then Funny Guy.
I think I was
BBC
the first Irish guy
after.
on it. I think I was the first Irish guy on it.
Were you the last? Or do you still hold
Finished
that?
a couple of years afterwards, I think. But no, I did it too early in my career. But it did help me, but I was too early.
Yeah.
Also, like, majority of comedians are dead on. They're quirky people. We're individual. We work alone. We are part of a group, but we're also incredibly individual with it. We all have our own thing, and then sometimes we come together for something we're doing, like a pod or a benefit charity gig or something. And it is brilliant. It's who's got the biggest balls as well. Like, it's fun. Like, it is fun.
Is there any comedians that take it competitively?
Yeah, I think subtly, quietly, a lot of people would. I really like other people's success. Yeah, because if they're able to succeed, then I'm able to succeed. So, like, Chris Kent is one of my best mates, and I'm more proud of him, what he's done in his life and how he's got to be the first comedian to do 6,000 seats at the arena in Cork. I often message him hoping his tour will end. He's just constantly on tour. Yeah, because people love him, and I'm very proud of him because I know how he had it quite tough at times when he was living in England, and he has 2 kids and a lovely wife and 2 lovely kids, and I'm really proud of him. And he's a really good friend of mine. We don't see each other as often. We speak a lot, but we don't see each other as often. And I was just really proud of how he's gone on about his career and how he's gone about his business. And I have a lot of respect for him. I really like them all, you know, like the ones that they are pricks though. But they are pricks. But you know who they are. Yeah. And they just never come into your space. Because I would never put myself in a place where I'm around them. Like, I'm very averse to problem people. I get very anxious when I know I'm going to be around someone that I would have a problem with. And I tend to withdraw myself. So if you said to me today, right, Andrew, I've got a guy coming in here and say me and him don't get on. Yeah. Like, I would be like, I need to leave before he arrives.
100%, yeah.
It's not, and that's how I live. That's how I live my life. I'm fine with confrontation if I have to have a discussion with somebody, a serious discussion about something. No problem having that conversation, but if I'm around people who I just can't be around, I will say to myself, well, I'm not. I've done it at gigs where I've been in green rooms with comedians, male and female, that I don't want to be around, and I would not go to the green room until 2 minutes before I'm due on. It's
understandable as well, especially, but it's good you knowing exactly what way you operate as well.
And there's new pricks all the time as well, like. Now, we all go through phases where we're flying and things aren't working out for us or whatever, like. But it's also, I've got my core friends and they know my form and I know their form. And we don't see each other that often. Like the comedians up here, we see each other a lot. The comedians down south and stuff, a lot of friends in England. When I go over, I see all my mates over there. So it's just about, I think the older you get, the more experience you get, you know.
The last kind of question before going on to the quick fire questions is, what's the biggest lesson you've learnt in comedy so far?
You only get out of it what you get. Like, there's a lot of people out there spend a lot of time complaining about what other people are doing rather than actually doing anything themselves. I cannot expect myself to run a marathon unless I go running. Yeah. And do 5Ks and 7Ks and 10Ks. people are expecting too much sometimes, and I think comedy is it's an art form that requires years on the ground, it's like an electrician. You walk into an empty room, an electrician will go, right, we need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I can walk into any room in the world and I can give you 2 minutes to look at that room. And I can tell you, I know how to play this room. The noise of the room, the types of groups at the room, is there couples at the room? Are they drunk? Have they been there a long time? Is the room hot? What are the other comedians being like?
Yeah.
And that's just experience, like.
You come from a generation where instant gratification is not there. You have to work for kind of stuff.
I have both now.
Yeah.
I think I have both. I think I can fit in both camps. And I think I come from a world without social media and instant gratification, but I work in a world with social media and instant gratification.
The best of both worlds.
I've got a foot in each camp. And sometimes I go back to life before that, and then I put my 2 feet into this. So I think really a lot of people who are probably in their 30s and 40s now actually have a bit more streetwise because they know what life was like before and now. So yeah, I just think you have to, and also the key thing in life is, the best thing I always say to people is, the more mistakes you make, the better you'll be.
You learn from your mistakes, not your wins.
I don't understand why people fear mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. All the time. It's the best thing that can happen to you.
Go on the quick fire here then.
Yeah, go yeah.
Right, so Andrew, we're going to go in there a quick fire questions here. So your favourite non-Irish comedian?
Bill Burr.
And then the same for your Irish comedian?
Favourite Irish comedian?
Yeah.
Oh, John Cleary. Funny.
Best comedian in your circle, in your group of friends? I don't know if you can say that.
No, we're all different. Everyone's different. Can't do that.
Who's the best up and coming comedian?
Emer Maguire.
Is she from Belfast?
She's from
Strabane. See, I like to see that kind of Strabane, Derry, County Derry kind of.
She's brilliant.
Vibe. Yeah, I like that there. Takeaway. Your favourite takeaway?
Barbecue spare ribs.
Where's that?
Chinese. Sweet and sour chicken, fried rice. I'm very basic. So,
see, I'd be kind of the same, but I'm salted chili chicken.
I'm a Chinese guy.
You're a Chinese guy?
Yeah.
See, I'm a slag for pizza.
Yeah?
Yeah, did you ever have Little Wing in town?
Yeah.
There's a Little Wing in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
It's a good
great.
one.
It's good.
Oh, Little Wing is my go-to. Me and her go about 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Expensive over the course 2 or 3 times a week, but it's
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Movie.
Godfather Part 2. Watched it this morning. Actually watched it this morning, would you believe? When I came in, I was like, I watched this morning.
I watched Godfather Part 1 last night.
Yeah.
It was her first time watching it. She says to me, right, you pick a film, you don't get this opportunity much, so pick wisely. Yeah. I go, I know I'm for all
Godfather Part 2, I love it.
Oh, it's so good. Series.
Best series I've ever watched?
Yeah, ever.
Best series I ever watched. Oh,
there's so much good series out there.
Love Hate. I loved it.
I knew you were going to say. I had a feeling.
Yeah. Back in the day, I loved it.
What's your favourite non-Irish series?
What's that one they had recently? Oh, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. The amount of people on this year that have said Breaking Bad, I've still never watched it.
Hey, thank us later. It's the greatest thing you'd ever watched.
See, the thing is, see stuff to do, like I always say, stuff to do with drugs, like Top Boy and stuff like that. There, I wouldn't really watch as much. I'm more Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I'm Cillian Murphy. I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
I was an extra in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
yeah, I loved it.
Well, just for a day?
No, for a good few nights, about 7 or 8 nights I was.
Good crack.
Yeah, but see, I had hair at the stage and I was playing Unsullied. They're bald, so they shaved my head, but I didn't know how far my hairline went back. So as soon as they shaved my head, I goes, well, that's me bald for the rest of my life. Took a good while for it to grow back, but so I was wearing a helmet the entire time. You didn't even see my head, and I was wearing a hat underneath the helmet. So they just shaved my head to make it
waste of time.
Waste of time. You says you're not a book reader, but do you have a favourite book you've ever read?
There's a guy called Tom McCarthy. He wrote a book called McCarthy's Bar, but he goes around to all the pubs in Ireland that are called McCarthy's, and he drinks them. And it's pub about all the stories of all the people he meets in the pubs.
Oh, yeah, that'd be class.
It's called McCarthy's Bar. I think it's a brilliant book. It's about a guy just goes around pubs that are called McCarthy's Pub, and he just drinks in them, and he tells you the stories and wakes up in different houses and all this. Like, absolutely brilliant. McCarthy's Bar is a great book.
Death row meal. Starter, main course, dessert.
I'm a sucker for chicken drumsticks. Starter pate. I love pate. Pate.
Wouldn't be my first choice. Like.
Yeah, pate. I love a bit of pate. Main course. Oh, I'll get a family box KFC or something. Dirt. I mean, who cares? Like,
yeah, you're down anyway.
And dessert then. Sherry trifle.
What drink? Alcoholic.
Oh,
beverage.
alcoholic. Oh, give us a pint of Murphy's or something.
Best comedian boxer.
Shane Todd.
Shane Todd. Sugar Shane Todd.
Probably is, yeah.
He's quick, like.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Never again. I'm not a fighter, man.
Nah.
It's a laugh, like. It's too fucking mad, like.
I'd say there's lads there that take it seriously, though.
Too seriously.
Yeah.
Their egos are driving them mad.
Who was your coach?
Sean McCobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just felt sorry for me, really. He was like, just enjoy it. Yeah, like.
Sean's class. Like, we've had him on here twice now. And
yeah.
fuck, he's
brilliant.
He's
yeah,
so
look, I'm just a guy that was doing it to raise a bit of money. Like,
yeah.
you know, I didn't care. Like,
was yours in the Ulster Hall?
Yeah.
How do you walking out the ring and people scattered all over? Is that more nerve-wracking than a gig?
No, it's fine. Like, I really enjoyed it, actually. The actual boxing was, wasn't boxing. Like,
who were you fighting?
Conor Brennan, my co-host on Q Radio. He was great. He took it a bit seriously. Conor's very obsessive about things. Once he gets in, Whereas I'm like, guys, I have a gig next week. Don't knock my teeth out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'll do it. I had to crack with it. We had a great laugh. It was really fun. Delighted I'd done it. Would I do it again? No. Did I enjoy the training? Yes. But getting punched in the face is not for me.
Here, a beautiful face like that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know?
You have to protect the goods.
Yeah.
But Andrew, thank you very much, mate.
Thanks for having me, man.
I really appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Caine.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you, man.